I want to talk about midlife, that period of time between our sort of roughly mid-30s and 40s when what's commonly known as the midlife crisis kicks in. And that's about all we know about it. Maybe we know that it's about buying a fast car or moving cities or changing jobs. But what we don't know enough about in our, let's say, secular world is that it's really a divine time. It's a time of the soul's meeting with our authentic purpose. So what do I mean by that? Most people going through a midlife crisis, if you talk to them and you mention that this could be the best thing that's ever happened to them, want to put down the phone on you. But I really do believe that it is in fact that. Because here's the thing. There was this amazing Jungian analyst, James Hollis, who really dived the deepest into Carl Jung's work and summarized it in an amazing body of work, one of which was a book titled The Middle Passage. One of the frameworks he offered was this amazing thing, which is that life can be divided into 4 phases. The first phase being that of the child-parent axis, where we seek the love of our parents for our actual survival. And we do that by creating a provisional personality. The second phase of life is the engagement between ego and world. We take that provisional personality and we take it to the max in an acquisitive effort to acquire resources, accomplishments, family, home, all these kinds of interesting things. However, it's at midlife when this really interesting dynamic kicks in and we get faced with this arising voice which asks us to change our life, to ask us to get rid of the things that no longer are meaningful to us, which provokes a tremendous amount of anxiety in us and a good reason why we push that voice down again. However, when we do push it down, the corresponding emotion is commonly a kind of depressive vibe. It's like meaninglessness starts to rise in us. And so we get caught between these two unwanted emotions of anxiety and depression. And we can kick the can down the road, we can get a new job, we can, move cities, we can do different things. However, it's only until we truly engage internally, reorientate our lives towards our internal reference points as opposed to external reference points, that we make room for the third phase of life, which is the engagement between the ego and the self, the true self, the self that has resonance with that part of us as a 5-year-old, that inner dream, that inner reason, that inner 1 in 40 billion person that you are wants to come out, wants to find its place, wants to find its expression. And the only way through the depression and anxiety crunch is to listen to that voice and to heed it and to take it into the third phase of life. And that only makes room for the fourth phase of life, which is the sort of engagement with the broader context of existence. It's the engagement between the self and God, or self and cosmos. And so it's a kind of contextualizing human life in the infinite. I get to work with the most amazing and ambitious executives entering into midlife and figuring out that the tools that got them this far are not the tools that will derive meaning in the second half of life. And yet it is a spaciousness that they're able to afford themselves in the coaching process that we undertake together, or frankly any method by which they can sincerely engage with their inner voice that makes all the difference for themselves internally. And what's also cool is makes all the difference for the people they serve, the impact that they want to have, and ultimately their purpose and their legacy. So if you are entering midlife, maybe you've kicked the can down the road, maybe you're inspired to listen to that inner voice, to heal, to connect with your inner child, which, by the way, I think is a prerequisite for a full expression of an authentic second adulthood, which is also the third phase of the life, the engagement with your authentic self. Speak to your friends. Speak to people who know. The world needs you to do that. You may feel like you need to do it, which is a great catalyst, but we need you to do it, because it's when you're doing that we all get permission to do the same, and we all get to have the unique magic, the 1 in 40 billion magic that we were born to contribute. So hopefully that's been a lovely thought for your day. I'm Already Elgin.